I was born ready, that's right. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. You go downtown almost every night looking for some action, Well, it's fun at first, but it just makes you feel worse. So you keep searching for that thing that feels right. You get attracted to those bright, shiny objects. Turn around and your attention will flee. Well, I don't know, but I've been thinking that your next shiny object is me. That sweet old cruiser's calling your name. You figure out a way to take it home. But then the engine knocks and it's got bad shocks. So now you're looking for some brand new chrome. You get attracted to those bright, shiny objects. Turn around and your attention will flee. Well, I don't know, but I've been thinking your next shiny object is me. You find a sunny place that puts a smile on your face. You tap a root and then you call it home. But then it gets too hot, the people brag a lot. You're packing up again and ready to roam. You get attracted to those bright, shiny objects. Turn around and your attention will flee. Well, I don't know, but I've been thinking your next shiny object is me. Oh, I don't know, but I've really been thinking your next shiny object is me. I hope you weren't looking for a polished performance this evening. I've always been a ham. And when I was 9 years old, my friend Cindy and I excuse me, made a stage in the basement of my parents' house out of old blankets and pot pie tins and Christmas tree lights. We even had a backstage, a little makeup, table. And we set up a few rows of folding chairs. Excuse me. And then we pedaled our bikes around the neighborhood, and we reeled in the neighborhood kids, and we charged them $0.25 to come and hear me sing Petula Clark's Downtown. And there was no instruments, no records. It was just me belting it out in the basement. But it wasn't a full house. So I've finally figured it out. If I lure people in with free food and free alcohol and a professional band, voila, full house. So thanks for taking the bribe. So back in the spring of 2022, I was just kind of flipping through the internet. And I'm sorry, I need some water. I stumbled on this songwriter retreat in Moab. And I had written one song, the one you just heard. And I had my little ukulele that I bought for river trips. Didn't play the guitar yet. And I drove down to Moab to a woman named Cozy Sheridan's retreat. And Cozy is really a a well-known folk singer and award-winning songwriter. And when I was down there, I met her husband, Charlie Koch, who is Phoebe's dad. Hi, Phoebe. And Charlie's this guy with this huge, soft heart. He's an excellent guitar player and a really good teacher and just a really nice guy with a kind of a healthy, thin, hard-ass crust. Would you say that's about right? And he's pretty much a straight shooter. And from the very beginning, he would pull me aside from time to time and just tell me, kind of made me believe I had something with these songs that I'd written. He was very encouraging to me. And he didn't do that to everybody, and it felt really nice. So last summer, when I had this seed of this grandiose, crazy idea to do this for my 70th birthday, I ran into Charlie, and I was telling him about it, and he was, of course, encouraging. And he said, but Nikki, he said, if you do this thing, it's going to be really hard. He said, you're going to have times all through the process when you just lose your self-confidence and you just you're wondering why you're doing it, and it's just going to be really hard. And he said, then he looked me in the eye, and in kind of a fatherly way, he said, and when that happens, remember who believes in you. And so I had written this next song we're going to play months before that as kind of a coming-of-age song for my son Sam. And and then after this whole big experience, it occurred to me that, really the song isn't a coming-of-age song. It's really about any times in our lives when we're struck by self-doubt, and how important it is to know that there are people in this world who believe in you. So the name of the song is I Believe in You. A boy thinking he'll touch the sky, scaled a big tree so high, hiding up there a notorious spy. Come down, frustrated parents say they thought he had run away. Now go find yourself a safe place to play. Oh, I feel the fire burning in your heart, and I see your mind's creative spark. 'Cause yes, I believe in you. You've come a long way to here, holding your freedoms dear, struggling with what you dare not to fear, trying so hard to find yourself, wishing you're someone else, leaving a part of yourself on the shelf. Well, you're not the only one who's afraid here, but you're the only you after all. Oh, I feel the fire burning in your heart, and I see your mind's creative spark. 'Cause yes, I believe in you. heart. Ease up on yourself, just start. You'll soon hear the whisper of your own heart. Well, you're not the only man who's feeling lesser than, but you're the only you after all. Oh, I feel the fire burning in your heart, and I see your mind's creative spark. 'Cause yes, I believe in you. So there I was in Moab at this songwriter thing, and I was going, most mornings I was trying to go up the rim trail, which is a little short trail to get high up for a view, kind of like our M trail, but not nearly as many people. And it was just a nice way to kind of get your heart rate up and get a beautiful view before you start your day. Excuse me. So this one day, I was hiking up the trail, and there was this sort of attractive older man hiking down the trail with this big white dog, and he struck up a conversation, and he told me that he's from Montana, and his family has some land over near Livingston, and excuse me, and that he's been in Moab for about 10 years, and it's a good place to practice his profession. And I said, oh, what is your profession? And he said, I teach dogs to fly. And it was like, who says stuff like that? And I was like immediately enamored. So then he told me where he lived, and he said, you know, if you're pedaling around town and you see me or my dog on the porch, come by and say hi. And so I walked away. I was like, huh, well, that's interesting. And I got to my car, and I frickin' forgot where the guy lived. But I got a song out of the deal. It's called Teaching Dogs to Fly. My mama told me you can do anything, just make your mind up, you can reach the sky. Sometimes I falter, I can't find the easy path, I'll do it the hard way, like teaching dogs to fly. I beat my head against the wall, yank my hair out by the ball, smoke comes out my little ears till I break down into tears. I don't mean to pry, friend, but I know what's best for you. I can help you out. Don't pass good advice by. You'll have no problems if you just hear me out. Keep pushing harder and keep those dogs to fly. I beat my head against the wall, yank my hair out by the ball, smoke comes out my little ears till I break down into tears. I was over at my friend Adair's house. She's an artist, and we were looking at her paintings, and sorry, she said, this one reminds me of that song you wrote about the old couple. and I said, which song was that? And she said, the one about the old couple driving in the car. And I said, oh yeah, but in my head I was going, wait. That song is not about old people. And then it occurred to me that probably all the songs I've written, because they're filtered through me, are about old people. Anyway, this song is called Love Song. Traveling at night by the starlight, gave me back all of my dreams. The silence that sits in between us speaks louder than shouts and screams. Over time we've drifted apart, caught up in the day-to-day grind, blinded to each other's hearts, never sure what is yours and what's mine. Don't know where this quiet will lead us. We're haunted by years worth of pain. Let's sit in the sweetest of moments. Who knows if our love will sustain? Over time we've drifted apart, caught up in the day-to-day grind, blinded to each other's hearts, never sure what is yours and what's mine. Don't know where this quiet will lead us. We're haunted by years worth of pain. Let's sit in the sweetest of moments and hope that our love will sustain. Let's hope that our love will sustain. I've been in Bozeman a little over 25 years, and back in the day, the cops would issue the homeless people bus tickets to Butte. Remember that? Yeah. They would sweep the problem under the carpet. Bozeman has no homeless problem, right? And so, today we have a very visible and sad homeless problem because our housing is so expensive, and whole communities of homeless people who are families and people with 2 and 3 jobs and all this. But back then it felt more like the homeless people were loners kind of flying under the radar. And you would see sort of these old cars, like they would be parked in about the same place for days on end, and you could tell that someone was living in these cars. And so there was a car that was over by Cooper Park for some time, and I would walk past the car, and you kind of just can't help looking in it. I mean, it's different. So one day I met the guy, you know, he was there, and we made eye contact and said hi, and he was, he was older than I thought he would be, and I just, the image stuck in my mind about what it would be like to not have a place to be, not have a place to land. So I wrote this song. It's called Dumpster of Broken Dreams. You wake up in the early light, wondering where you were last night. That feeling that things aren't quite right, no place to hang your heart. Your car is full of clothes and books and every freebie that you took. Inviting awkward sidelong looks, no place to hang your heart. Oh, why did things come out this way? And how can you fight every day? Your fiercely independent mind shuns every effort to be kind. God damn their fucking charity, no place to hang your heart. You breathe your engine's foul exhaust, scrape your windows of the frost. You hope the heat will work today, no place to hang your heart. Oh, why did things turn out this way? And how can you fight every day? Your family long abandoned you, ashamed of all you didn't do. How'd you come to be so lost, no place to hang your heart? You never earned a decent wage, deep inside you burned with rage. Trapped inside your self-made cage, no place to hang your heart. You're forever mine, the dumpster of broken dreams. Dig deep and you might find what is left of your dignity. Well, it just might be that hope is what you see. Oh, why did things turn out this way? And how can you fight every day? Oh, why and I would like to take this opportunity to introduce the band. Over in this corner, we have Mike Parsons. Mike plays with www.twang. He plays in a bluegrass band called Montana Standard. He is a very talented multi-instrumentalist who's really kind of like the quiet, solid rock. Like if I can't see Mike's eyes when we're playing, it's like, oh God, what am I going to do? And then over here we have Chelsea Hunt, who is the hottest fiddler, the hottest fiddler, the sweetest voice, and the prettiest face in Band of Drifters. Sorry, Ian, wherever you are. Chelsea plays a really wide variety of styles of music, and I stumbled on a CD that she put out with the guitarist Jim Averett called Music in My Coffee. And they're all originally composed tunes. It's instrumental, and they are absolutely beautiful. There's some pieces with Stefan Grappelli influence, and I really, really have enjoyed listening to that. And I believe Chelsea also teaches violin lessons. So thank you, Chelsea. And so if you think that Mike and Chelsea are kind of part of the Southwest Montana honky-tonk royalty, if there's such a thing as honky-tonk royalty, then I would call Chris the Duke of folk. Chris toured for many, many years all across the country with Story Hill, and he has, and he's put out many, many CDs apart from that, both solo and with other musicians. And he has the Bandcamp recording studio. No, sorry, the Bass Camp. Sorry, Bandcamp is where the website is. See, I have my mind kind of. Basecamp recording studio. And people come from all over the country to record with Chris. He's an excellent producer, and he produced this concert and the CD that's out there for you to take. Thank you. And, the producer for a person like me who, I have these songs I've written and I love to sing and I love to write music, and I'm a brand new instrumentalist, and he just knew exactly who to introduce me to. So you might wonder how I got to be friends with these really cool, awesome musicians. And my secret is that I have become one of those people willing to pay for friendship. But I can't pay them nearly what they're worth. So I hope if you're enjoying this concert, before you leave, you'll drop a generous donation in the tip spittoon. Please don't spit in it. And there's a Venmo, my Venmo handle, and if you send me Venmo money, I'll make sure it gets into their hands. This next song is called The Long Way.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Taking the long way to Sheridan, my feet up on the dash, longing for how it was back then, before my daydream crashed. Wooden poles lead us down the highway, reminders of the past. How did we ever get are sparkling with the frost, and every endless smile that passes reminds me what we've lost. You're coming, I'm going, just passing, not knowing. You're coming, I'm going, far as we can see. This road keeps stretching on. Taking the long way to Sheridan, my hand rests on your thigh, longing for how it was back then. You breathe the faintest sigh. The sun beats down through the cracked windshield. Our talking is all shut down, but the feelings your deep brown eyes reveal, they turn my head around. You're coming, just passing, not knowing. You're coming, I'm going, far as we can see. This road keeps stretching on. You're coming, I'm going, just passing, not knowing. You're coming, I'm going, far as we can see. This road keeps stretching on. For a new guitar player, having musicians of this caliber bring life into my songs is just a real thrill, and I just can't express enough how much I appreciate these guys. So I've learned a lot from them. I've learned a lot from them. I've learned some really cool musician lingo. Round the horn, diamonds, pits and arps, which if I was in Mike's bluegrass band, I might try to make a really bad off-color joke out of it, but I'm not, so I won't. I learned that D minor is the saddest of all keys. And I learned that, when I was afraid of trying to play my guitar standing up for this concert, that it wasn't really my boobs and my belly that got in the way, it was my head. But I learned that one on my own. You can't believe I said that, can you?
I've been around you for a while.
All right, are we ready? Whew, shift gears in my head, I'll tell you. Let me get a sip of water. This song is a tribute to Essie Sue Carr, who came into my life when I was 10 years old. I was born and raised in Louisville, Kentucky. It was a different time and a different place. Essie and my mother both lived to be near 90 years old. And the day my mother died, I got a phone call. It was Essie's granddaughter calling to tell me that Essie had passed away just 4 days before. And I could envision in my mind Essie calling down to my mother, "Come on, Ms. Naiser. It's so much better up here." In Tennessee fields, she worked like a dog, played like a child, chased the bullfrogs. Her voice like sweet honey sang old gospel hymns in a white clapboard church amid shouts of amen. One hot, muggy June, just 16 years old, she married a rogue, tattered suitcase in tow, at the Greyhound depot through the colored doorway. They headed up north to find better pay. Her dignity turned things around. A sharecropper's daughter, life's pain is what taught her. She was the angel of old Smoketown. At 25 years, with 6 kids at home, that rogue up and left, he left them alone. In the projects of Smoketown, broken grass and swift weed, she cleaned for the white folks, worked hard just to be. She came to my door, concern thinly veiled, eyes barely standing, exhausted and frail. My weak little baby suffers all through the night. 2 weary young mothers, she's black and I'm white. Her dignity turned things around. A sharecropper's daughter, life's pain is what taught her. The angel of old Smoketown. For 50 good years, she worked as our maid, part of the family, clear to her grave. Her laughter contagious, her spirit so bright, stood up for her loved ones, never needed to fight. Despite all the odds, she raised her kids well, but life can be harsh, no one can foretell. One son found fame, the other shot dead. Her dignity turned things around. A sharecropper's daughter, life's pain is what taught her. The angel of old Smoketown. Nobody knows the trouble she's seen. She was the angel of old Smoketown. I've been on whitewater for over 40 years now. I've had plenty of chills and thrills and rescues and swims and crazy stuff. But there's one in particular incident that that really sticks in my mind. Is probably the most dangerous, the scariest, and but at the same time, it was just sort of surreal. And I was caught in a recirculating hole at the top of Hants Rapid, and it was February, and it was just me and one other person in one boat with no support boats. Which was, you might wonder why I ended up in that situation. Probably wasn't the smartest decision I made, but there I was. And so this song is about that experience, and it's called Survivor. 2, 3, 4. Roiling river sucks her down. She can't see a goddamn thing. Today is not her day to drown. She's not God's offering. Winter river water's cold. Massive rapids, best laid plan. She lost her line, she lost control. Forced to trust out of her hands. She's a survivor. She finds a place of calm, grace under pressure. Eye of the fiercest storm. 3 times current takes her deep. She pops up, gulps some air, holds her nose and counts a beat. 2, 3, 4. Determined not to scare. River finally turns her loose. Current's power takes hold. Guides her down the safest route. Got through just letting go. She's a survivor. She finds a place of calm, grace under pressure. Eye of the fiercest storm. She's a survivor, wields her own kind of brave. Faith is beside her to her grave. It's a 119-year-old building, I believe. Dane could probably confirm that. And, yeah? Is that right? Is that right?
Yeah.
I had an office over there. I did some subcontracting for Classic Ink for years, and I think both Sams back there on the back row filmed a horror movie down in the basement. And it was a lot scarier down there than it is now. Anyway, I'd like to thank Ole Nelson for keeping this building and the creative energy in this building alive in a time when it feels like we're losing our history here in Bozeman. So thanks to Ole. He's not here now. And I'd like to thank Jason and Dane, who is here, for having this Live from the Divide venue where singer-songwriters can actually be listened to and heard. It's just a really special place, and I'd like to thank them for the contribution that they make to the music community. Thank you. Oh God, I have to play the guitar again. And this one is called I Like to Be Alone. You left this morning for the road. The sky was cloudy, air was damp. You thought I'd hate to see you go, but I'm so ready to encamp. I breathe a deep sigh of relief. I turn around and close the door. It's time to feel into my grief. Don't need to listen anymore. You know I like to be alone. It wasn't any from my head. Like to be alone. It wasn't anything you said. On the stove, I rest my head against the wall. I go to wash the dirty clothes. Instead I curl up in a ball. Life isn't always this damn hard. I feel the pain way deep inside. Soon the sun will heat the dark, and I'll no longer need to hide. Be alone. It wasn't the cobwebs from my head. I just need to be alone. It wasn't anything you said. You know I like to be alone, to clear the cobwebs from my head. I just need to be alone. It wasn't anything you said. Everything's gonna be alright. It's gonna be okay. We are reaching near the end, and I want you to know that I am no stranger to the encore game. You might think because I'm an amateur, I wouldn't have another song in my back pocket after this one, right? So the deal is, we'll do this song, and we'll walk out there, and you guys go wild, and then we'll come back and do one more song. I mean, have you ever been to a concert when, like, the audience acts like they're just really ready to go home, and the band has this, goddamn, they're gonna do this encore, and they come back anyway, and to this, like, weak applause? It's just really sad and embarrassing. And we don't want to be sad and embarrassed and not do it. So, you know, songwriters, all my songs are based on the truth as I see it. And, you know, we bend the truth a little bit to make it work. Like, for example, it was really Essie's granddaughter or grandson who was shot, not her son. And I wasn't the one rowing that boat on the Grand Canyon, it was somebody else, but I wrote it like it was me. So, this last song, I'm here to tell you, every word of it is true. This story happened exactly as I tell it, and it happened right here in Bozeman, Montana. It's called Handyman. I called a handyman, he said, I'll help you, man. Came inside and took a look at my door. Said it's an easy job, you could fix that knob. You just need a special tool from the store. He said, don't worry about it right now, honey. Borrow mine and you can save some money. He told me where he lived with his wife and kids. Said, I'm leaving, come over right away. Well, I turned on a dime, I got there just in time. His rig was warming up in his driveway. I walked up to the glass to see his naked ass, looking straight at me. When he feigned surprise, right then I realized that this handyman is sick as can be. Well, he thought he gave me a thrill. I'm having crazy flashbacks still. Buster, that's not the tool I need. So I was on a trip, a river trip on Desolation Canyon in the fall of 2022, and you know, it's an 84-mile beautiful desert river with petroglyphs and pictographs, and it's just beautiful. And there's, you know, some class 2-3 fun white water and a whole lot of flat water. And I was there with a bunch of my old river buddies who I've been doing rivers with a long time. And we were all in our 60s and 70s. And we had, first of all, it's low water. And so the camps, a lot of the camps, you have to like haul all your stuff up this big embankment, and our friend Larry had a Grand Canyon worthy kitchen that weighed God knows how much. And there's 4 old men, and they're like, taking the stuff up, and I mean, we had all this gear, and so we were like exhausted, and so the trip ended up being, the water wasn't difficult, but the camping part was difficult for us in our 60s and 70s. It was always an easy river. So the last day, I'm in my little whitewater boat all by myself, negotiating these easy rapids and long, long stretches. And I wrote this song, and it is called As Long as I Can.
Yes.
I'm gonna start again because it's my birthday. Woo! I'm gonna start a third time.
All right, yeah.
We believe in you.
You believe in me, thank you. I've lived a full life, had my share of adventures, shattered by heartbreak, healed and restored. The road that's behind is longer than what's before me, and every day matters more and more. As long as I can, I will roll these wild rivers. As long as I can, I will wander afar. Caught by romance, I'll make love in the moonlight, give thanks to the stars. I've roamed far and wide, places barely discovered, struck by the quiet, lost in the peace. No signs to direct, and no crowds to distract me. Every wild place matters more and more. As long as I can, I will go these wild rivers. As long as I can, I will wander afar. Caught by romance, I'll make love in the moonlight, give thanks to the stars. Some friends have gone, life does not last forever. Others moved on, drifted far from my shore. The person I am is made of those who have loved me, and every friend matters more and more. As long as I can, I will go these wild rivers. As long as I stand, I will wander afar. Caught by romance, I'll make love